So today I want to make a video about avoiding karma. Now, anyone who believes in karma has come to this thought that maybe there's a way I can avoid karma. Maybe there's a way that I don't have to feel the effects of my actions, or maybe I had some actions in the past that I did and I don't think that I deserve to be punished now for them, so how do I avoid karma? And this entirely depends on your belief in karma, so if you don't believe in karma, then this video just isn't for you. But those of us who believe in karma, and I'm Hindu, I believe in karma, and there are many Christians and certainly Buddhists, of course, who believe in karma, and many other people, many other spiritual people, whether they be part of Wicca or be a shaman of any particular tradition. Most of us along the spiritual path know that some form of karma exists, and that we've all done bad things in the past. We've all done things that we feel like we're going to be punished for, that karma will eventually get around to punishing us. So how do we avoid it is at least a thought that crosses most of our minds, I'd say. And really, there is one loophole to karma, and it lies within karma yoga. If you act without selfish motivation, and you continuously act without selfish motivation after you commit a certain act, and you don't commit it again, or if you continuously act without selfish motivation in your life and you do a whole bunch of little bad karmic acts before, and maybe a few here and there because you fall into old habits, but are still concerned about karma, so karma still understands that you're concerned about it, then you can basically get out of feeling every single effect of karma. But the loophole is actually much deeper than that. That's just a basic loophole. But if it has to do with not creating karma at all, which would be completely pure motivation, acting purely for the motivation of helping other people, but also, this is the major loophole, not acting in a way that desires material fruits. Acting in a way that will only benefit your spiritual body, your soul, and will only attain metaphysical goals, will only attain metaphysical accomplishments like levels of enlightenment, levels of realization, levels of communion and union with God. And if you act in this way that is beyond the material, and your actions are directed towards that, then you can escape karma almost completely. And if you do it perfectly, completely. But it isn't something that you can pick up, just on the cusp of an event, like saying, okay, I want to avoid karma, or I'm tired of not being enlightened, so I'm going to be enlightened. You have to not only read ancient texts, which will truly help, you have to initiate compassion on every level of your life. Compassion for yourself and others, and a desire to see a union between all things. You have to work towards peace, compassion, and realization or enlightenment, moksha, liberation. It isn't easy to be completely motivated by the metaphysical, to be completely motivated by metaphysical goals. And, the step below that is being motivated just by compassionate goals here. But being motivated by goals that are beyond here, beyond the material, is very difficult because we are very much materialistic beings, especially people who don't grow up in a spiritual environment or aren't in a place where there's a lot of spirituality, or the spirituality is very conformist and dogmatic and religious instead of your personal relationship to God, or all that is, or the gods. If you do not have a personal relationship, if you think that there needs to be an intermediary between you and God, or you and the gods, or you and reality itself, maybe you don't believe in gods or the God, just you and reality itself, then karma will have you in its grasp. And that's just an honest statement, because you have to be completely responsible for your own spiritual growth. You can't put it in the hands of somebody else. If you do, then your karma will slowly push you away from that path that you've chosen. It'll push you towards taking responsibility for who you are and trying to make you understand how you've erred and how you can push forward beyond allowing somebody else to have control of your spiritual attainments. Avoiding karma is not something that is easy for people who see lines between one another. We all view ourselves, okay, this is my body, that's your body. There's a difference between me and the wall back there, or me and the bed back there, or me and the wall over here. But when you reach a certain level of enlightenment, you start to realize that all things are just a dense, compacted uh, area of energy. Everything is energy to a certain degree or another. Matter itself is a low vibrating energy. And life force, spirit, is energy at one of the highest levels, even in just any life. And energy, just in its different magnitudes, is what makes up the density and what makes up creation itself. Space, we view it as, even if we view as it beyond, a sphere of oxygen, beyond an atmosphere, then space itself still has a certain level of spirit, because in order to create space, there must be an illusion of separation. And the illusion of separation is a vibration of energy, a vibration, a universal vibration, in fact, that space exists in. And every single piece, the delusion is that every single piece is separate, but every single piece of creation, of space, of time, of beings, of matter, of energy, must go back to the one source. Like, basically, water being evaporated from the ocean, then going over a mountain, raining it down, and then it goes down a stream, goes down a river, goes through all these hurdles of time before reaching the ocean again. But we must all return to God, or the source. I call it God. And, the gods exist, but there are different functions of the one God, and everything is ultimately a part of God. But we must all return to the one ultimate source, and there's no way that anything can ultimately be separate forever, because time itself is illusion, and everything that we think we understand about the difference between us and others is delusional. And it is based off of sense gratification, trying to gratify our egos, but also an inability of our senses to detect certain separations within the very fabric of existence. Like me being separate from you, you see the lines of me and you see the lines of you, and you view this video maybe in time, no matter when it is, and you think that, okay, there's things that separate us. We're two different bodies, we're separated by a large amount of space, and you're watching my words after they happened. But ultimately, all of these things are compressed. And once you reach certain stages of enlightenment, you start to realize that this compression is what gives us the delusion that everything is separate. But I'm getting away from my point. My point is that avoiding karma, the only way to do it is to work towards and make your main goals metaphysical. Something that is beyond the material realm, beyond this universe, beyond all of the universes of materiality, because there are very many universes and many dimensions in which these universes exist. But making your goal going beyond what you are here as a supposedly solid and supposedly separate being, and going towards the ultimate union between you and the source, allows you to skirt karma, because karma exists in nature. And nature doesn't mean just like the wildlife. It means the nature of existence, the relationship of beings to time, beings to one another in separation in a given universe, and how gravity works, and how it affects different planets, and how all of this harmony exists in relation to karma allows this canvas to exist. And you could say that is dharma, really, because dharma is the bigger fabric. But karma is the fabric, and then when beings make actions within this fabric that is karma, then that's when karma responds. But it is a blank canvas upon which, if we act, then we will create sometimes a little splash and sometimes a tidal wave. And even if it's just a little action, the splash comes back to us, it still comes back to us. If it's a tidal wave, we make a big action, it will come back to us. So we should always be conscious that any action we make out of selfishness or even out of recklessness will come back to us. So we must make it out of metaphysical motivation and metaphysical skill, because we have to develop the skill to act metaphysically towards a metaphysical goal. So, if you want to avoid karma, seek that which is beyond this realm, beyond materialistic realms, and I hope that this has been informative. I've been thinking about karma for a long time, and dharma itself. Dharma is the code behind karma. Karma is the initiation, the practice that the universe and the universes basically act through in order to make the dharmic code a reality. Karma is the hand, dharma is more the head. So I encourage you to think about karma if you believe in it, to think about dharma, think about the nature of reality itself and how everything is related, so that we can try and work away from this idea that we are separate and this idea that we are material beings, because we are not. We are metaphysical beings. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this has been interesting. If it has been interesting, feel free to shoot down in the comment section below how you like this video, or even if you disagree with me, feel free to tell me why in the comment section below, and that thumbs up down there always helps as well. So thank you very much. I hope all of y'all have a wonderful day, and always consider yourself in the universe, and if possible, both at the same time.